Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MaudeWorld. The campaign, ladies and gentlemen, is here. This is our very first episode of our campaign proper. This will be the first of hopefully many, many MaudeWorld Mondays. And that's all really that there is to say. So let's get right into it.
I thought we were going to rhyme there. I thought that's all there is to say, so it's time to play. Something like that.
Wasted opportunity.
Well, you know, I do like to rhyme when I have spare moments.
That's canon.
Very good.
And that'll be the first time Alex upstages you, but not the last.
Retaliation is a bitch, my friend.
Oh dear, you are in trouble.
So, Damer, a human kingdom on the western coast of the continent of Velafyra, has known peace for almost a century. The terrible civil war that ended with the death of a tyrant and the rise of the noble house of Albire is, for many Damarans, a distant memory. A dark period of their history that gave rise to some of Damar's greatest villains and heroes. Decades of peace have seen the country prosper, economically and socially. One such prosperous city is Peaksdock, situated in the northwest corner of the country. Peaksdock is a harbour city, famed for its fighting pits and grand gladiatorial stadia. It is also home to the mercenary company, the Golden Sails, which is where we begin our story. It is morning in mid-autumn, and a new member of the Golden Sails has just arrived at the Sailhouse, their headquarters, in the northeastern part of the city. Velafyra, your paperwork is sorted, and you walk into a very quiet dining hall with but a few people, 4, coincidentally enough, sitting down to breakfast. The 4 of you see, as you're all sitting at breakfast together, because it's very quiet at the moment. Pretty much the entire guild is out on business, and it's just you plus some of the admin staff around.
The rejects.
Just
Hey, everyone's got jobs. What are you guys doing? Breakfast.
Bloody admin staff.
Careful, you know and fear some of those admin staff.
Don't bring Carol down on us again.
For God's sake.
Damn it, Herb.
But the 4 of you are sitting down at breakfast, again, sitting together because there seems little point otherwise. And you see an individual walk in from the entry hall. Sarah, would you care to introduce yourself and describe your character, please?
So my name is Velafyra. What you'll see is a 5-foot Eladrin in the autumn. In the spring season. So sort of very brightly coloured, with really short cropped hair, big like puffy cheeks, and but actually what would generally be quite like a perky, happy demeanour is a little bit shell shocked.
Would we have ever seen an Eladrin before, any of us?
Make an intelligence check for me, please, Sarah.
I would say that probably like the spring Eladrin is like maybe like kind of maybe like
18.
green, but like a little bit floral. So like her she's kind of adorned with little flowers. Yeah.
You wearing armour and stuff, or you just...
Yes. It'll be just leather armor. Yeah.
First roll, 18.
Damn, son.
Strong.
She seems vaguely familiar. I don't think that an individual such as you are playing, Sarah, would have seen an Eladrin before. You might have heard stories of these sort of Fey-influenced, elven-like creatures, but Eladrin are very much their own thing. You would probably recognise her as such, but that's about the extent of your knowledge. So, given this, other Sarah, as you will now forever be known, let us move on to you. Would you care to describe your character, please?
As you walk in, you see a bright blue-eyed, lanky, blonde-haired human girl sitting behind a table, kind of staring at you for slightly too long, and then slightly longer, and then slightly longer, and this continues for some time.
I've told you it's rude to stare. We just stop that.
What?
You were staring again
I was just looking.
for a very long time, and we call that staring, and it's rude and a little bit creepy sometimes.
She doesn't mind.
It's okay. I know that I'm special. I get told it all the time. Because I look like this.
Well, you are unusual, I'll give you that.
Special.
Sure,
Yeah.
special.
I'm new, in case you didn't know. I just joined the Golden Sails, but I just got registered with Carol.
Oh.
Come and.
She's
It's never too early to drink after a
Yes,
meeting with
take a
Carol.
seat and someone. Can someone bring a breakfast beer, please, for the new lady?
At this point, and Velafyra, you see this individual who takes you aback for the second. It's this human man, but massive in so many senses of the word. He's like 6'8" and weighs probably close to like 300 pounds or so. Bald, hairless, and wearing sort of a chef's outfit, coming from a sort of enclosed area towards the back of the room, and comes and he goes, "Hey, someone called?" And this the four of you know that this man goes simply by the name of Big Cheese.
Oi, Big Cheese, we've been eating a breakfast beer.
Oh, breakfast. Oh, right. I remember. Hey, hello. And he sort of comes up to you, offers you sort of like this big, massive, beefy hand. Like, and like, gives you a really vigorous shake. You're the new girl, aren't you? What's your name, little lady?
Velafyra.
Oh, that's
You
a
can
nice
just call
name.
me Vela.
Vela.
Mhm.
Right. What do you want for breakfast, Vela? You want us now?
Beer.
Beer.
Yeah.
I like her already.
I've just been to see Carol.
Yes.
She has.
And this man, I don't know. This one
And at this point,
Yes.
said beer.
Say no more, lass. And he sort of just gives a very solemn nod after hearing mention of your encounter with Carol and goes off back to the kitchen.
Thank you, Big Cheese.
Hey, no problem, Damerus. So, Damerus, would you care to describe yourself?
Yes. So, sat at the table with kind of horns that almost curl back like swept back hair, with a small kind of little crop of dark hair, short and like shorn on the sides, in like dark leathers and a grey cloak with two short swords, one on either side. You see a purple-skinned tiefling.
Not a man. A tiefling.
Well, no, I am a man.
oi, they're not
How does
mutually
that
exclusive.
You can get like man and female lady versions, right?
Yes.
Sorry, I
Much
should
like
be
my
talking
mother
to
and
you.
father, yes.
Not you, because you're clearly
Smaller.
small.
So, Andy, would you care to describe yourself?
Yeah,
To avoid this pronoun there.
I'm small. So I'm a halfling, tan skin, black hair, quite short, not this short, but not particularly long, kind of quite piercing grey eyes, let's say black hair, and normally with a smile on his face. In terms of outfit, he's wearing kind of studded leather armour, dyed kind of dark blue navy-ish with a bit of silver trim, and he wears quite a prominent pendant which is, I don't know if Maude's going to do any magic on that, but that's roughly what it looks like. But he wears that at all times as well.
You assume a lot of me, sir.
I said I don't know.
Yes, there is much that you do not know.
Gee, thanks.
Are you
And he's
downstairs,
ironic.
Herb? Are you with us?
He's not
You're
here.
at the table.
He's just quiet.
Why are you so quiet?
He's looking at. You look across the table and you see there's someone. He's got a teacup on a saucer that's just massively shaking, and he looks up and.
I love that you actually got that all over your character sheet as well.
Yeah.
That'll be a stain
How
for
long
the
were they going to
campus.
stay clean for?
Yeah, the brilliant thing is I genuinely don't know if that was deliberate on his part or not. I wouldn't put it past him.
And we'll never know. And
Just so
he
method.
just looks up from the inside of his teacup and squints across the table at you and says, "Are you my granddaughter?"
No, Grandad.
I don't.
What?
No. I don't.
What?
No. No.
I'm trying.
All right then.
That's my grandfather. Name's Herb. He's a little special, to use your terms.
Wait. Special's
Yes, I love one.
Special's a good thing.
What? You've still got one, Grandad.
Oh, lovely, thank you.
Special's a good thing.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
We're gonna be good friends.
Thank you.
Where's my beer?
At this very point, Big Cheese comes back and just lays the tankard down in front of you and sort of, with surprising gentleness, just pushes it forward towards you and goes, "There you go, little lady. Well, we all know what it's like. If you need anything else, ladies and gents, good. Let me know. I'll be around for about another half an hour. Then I have to go out for supplies. But if you want any food, I've got some bacon frying. Just let me know.
Bacon? Uh-huh.
You want bacon?
Wait. What's bacon made out of?
Who's gone vegan?
No.
You. You're one of those vegans.
What's bacon, though?
It's made out of dead pigs.
Yes.
It's better than your live pigs.
But
I
it's
don't like
only part of the pig.
We don't eat live pigs. I don't.
Not yet.
it. I'll try anything once.
I will not eat a pig!
I'll whip you up something, lass. I guarantee you won't have any picking it.
He's saying I'll make you something veggie.
And he waddles off to the kitchen.
My name's Drakensian, by the way. Drake to me friends.
Hi, I'm Velafyra. Vela to my friends.
Fella, pleasure.
Are we friends?
I suppose so.
Sure, why not? Well, you're part of the Golden Sails now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you my granddaughter?
No, Herb, she's the new girl.
You're not his
Oh,
granddad.
nice to meet you. Well, you'll be wanting your pocket money, won't you?
No,
And he stands up off of the he's been sitting on like a nice little flowery cushion, and he's a halfling, very small, the oldest halfling in the world, with white hair, like tufts of hair, like sort of slicked back, but sort of really patchy, with very grey eyes, like his grandson Drake, wearing a sort of smock that once probably was sort of blue, but is now kind of grey. It's got sort of a stain on it, sort of a tea stain.
as you
kind
can
of
see
there.
that.
Sort of like that. And he gets his staff and he sort of very slowly potters his way over, reaches into some sort of pouch that you don't see and just gives you a gold coin and says, "There you go. Buy some toffees or something." "Oh, yeah, there you go."
Grandad, she's not your granddaughter. She's an Eladrin.
Oh what?
You know, look at the height.
Where are you from? No.
I grew up in the Grandma area.
No, but where are you from?
What does that mean?
He's a little old. A little bit
Is it
backwards.
because I'm special?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, someone once told me I'm from the Feywild. But I don't remember it.
I don't know why you're looking at me. I know nothing about your Feywild.
Would any of us know about it?
Make never know what to make people roll for planes. Is it nature? Make a nature check. Go on.
I'm gonna pocket that gold.
Also make a
piece.
check.
Sorry.
Also make a check.
Yes, you may.
See what I remembers.
Nature.
He's seen some shit.
He makes a memory check.
6.
15, 6.
Also 6.
We've never seen a nature.
Yeah.
Tree.
What is this nature you're talking about?
Feywild. You're trying to remember. Is that an elf word? Is that you, Damerus? Is that an elf word? Is you? No, it's gone.
It'll come to me.
Yeah, and Esther, you two don't really recall anything. Herb rings a bell, but a lot of things ring a bell these days.
Yes. I think I saw them play once. They're very good drummer.
Huh?
Oh, it's not a band,
Is this the
Grandad.
dancing pixies again?
Place?
No, the Feywilds. You know, the big Johnny and the Feywilds.
Johnny
What?
and the Feywild.
So, what brings you to sign up for the Golden Sails, Vala?
I've heard that you travel a lot, and I want to see the world. I want to see everything and all the animals and all the creatures and all the things in all the world.
We see a lot of creatures.
Oi.
Often we kill them.
Also true.
So I hear. I'm looking forward to getting boots on the ground. I've just been
They're dangerous.
looking at all the old things that they bring back.
We're very good at killing creatures. We do it every week, almost.
What?
Except when we're killing people. Bad people.
Killing bad people, I can get on board with.
Right.
Killing creatures,
What about bad creatures who are eating people?
For money.
Oh yeah, that's two.
But you can just tell them not to.
Not the creatures we're running into.
Yes.
They tend to be not so much with the talking and more with the eating, as they say.
But I can talk to them and see what they
Alright.
say.
Well, that will be interesting.
Well, she might be a damn sight more useful than I am.
Sure, you've given us some valuations in the past.
At this point, Big Cheese comes striding back in, and again puts a steaming bowl, pretty large bowl as well, of porridge, which looks like has some things sprinkled in it. But careful now, hot bowl, but no animals in that, I promise you.
Thank you,
You're welcome, lass.
Big Cheese.
That's what they call me. Anything
great
else for the rest of you?
Good morning, Big Steve. How are you? How's the wife?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Oh, that's wonderful. Thanks very much. This is lovely tea. Thank you very much for that.
I know what you like.
That you do. You're a good boy.
Could I have second breakfast?
What is it about you halflings and second breakfast anyway?
That's
You know-
dangerously close to a reference.
I don't know what you're talking about. But for you, well, I'm pretty sure that I owe you several drinks anyway, so second breakfast, coming right up. Same again?
Oh yes.
Yeah. And, yeah.
I didn't catch your name.
I'm Esther.
Esther. That's such a lovely name.
People often say it's their favourite thing about me.
And you, sir?
My name's Herb, darling. Nice to meet you.
Oh, he's very nice.
I like this one. Good. Is she single? You should marry her, Drake. He's a good boy, but he's not so good with the ladies, you know. His old mother would be very upset with him.
Would you lay off? All right. I'm fine with the ladies. Stupid granddad.
This beer is delicious.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Nothing better than a 9 a.m. beer, except an
Breakfast
8
beer.
a.m. beer. Particularly if you've been drinking since the night before. Great rolling through.
This porridge is also delicious.
It is, actually. You, like, you...
It is actually.
No. Genuinely speaking, you tasted it, and like you're sort of, you've had porridge before, funny that, but you sort of have, and you are expecting something what it to taste like a certain way, but then, oh wow, it's like it's sweet but not excessive. It's is that cinnamon? It's like it's
It tastes like Christmas.
well, like,
How did she get in there?
Is that on top?
Well, like, and the four of you know this. Big Cheese is a damn good cook. A damn good cook.
The things he does to oats. You wouldn't believe.
I mean, I don't even care. This tastes amazing.
Yeah. Hey, Thank you very much, Les. And he sets second breakfast down in front of you.
You're a good man.
Yeah, whatever. No thirds.
Yeah. That's fine. This time I'll go hungry. It's crap.
He just sort of stands over you, like, and again, nearly 7 feet. Looking down at you, sort of folding his arms.
You're all right.
Yeah. Hey, that's what I thought.
Drinks tonight?
Of course, drinks tonight.
That's good, man.
And he goes back to the kitchen.
So Vela, I say, digging into my second plate of full English breakfast.
Is it bacon?
Oh, it's just mainly bacon. Just a pile of bacon.
Is that bacon? Is that what bacon looks like?
No.
Oh.
And that other part in the tube, that's ground up pig. And then there's a slice of pig's. She asked. Is this one of those times I should be quiet?
And those are chicken fetuses.
She just bursts into tears.
Oh.
How can you eat that?
'Cause it's tasty.
It's. I can only assume you're not from around here for Daymar and sorts. We're a community that have raised animals, and we have animal husbandry, so we can farm more of them, so we can eat them as a sustainable thing.
I grew up on a farm. I understand that, but why would you eat them? They're so nice.
That's why.
Yes.
Right? She gets it.
I'm gonna run outside and see if I can see any animals. I'm just trying to find any animal that I can find.
So you
Straight into the butcher's.
PTSD.
That's an abattoir.
you stand up. You run out of the dining hall, pass through the sort of the main foyer area. You hear some Vela, you hear another voice, but you just ignore it. Run straight out the front door. Looking for animals. Make a perception check.
Someone should probably go get her.
Oh, go, boy, don't you? You eat your breakfast. Slowly totters after her.
I give it about 15 seconds, but I can't let him go along.
13.
I bring my plate with me and I go after her.
Esther also wanders after curiously.
I get up.
She sat out on your own, like
outside behind
every time.
Do you bring your breakfast beer?
No, I leave my beer on the table.
Vela, with 13, you look around. It's reasonably early morning. Well, it's early, getting on to late morning. It's probably about 9 o'clock at this stage, and you sort of look around. You see people walking about, and you do, in fact, on a building on the other side of the street, sort of perching on the roof. You do see a single pigeon.
Amazing. Okay, I would like to cast Speak with Animals.
What level spell is that?
It's a level 1 spell.
It's like the best use of a spell slot ever.
I'm going to cast Speak with Animals so I can speak with this pigeon.
Okay.
And just say, "Hello, pigeon. How's your day going?"
Hello.
We were all just waiting to know what the pigeon's voice was going to sound like, and even Alex didn't know what it was going to sound like until it came out.
I have met some people who like to eat animals, and I'm upset by it, and I just think you need to come with me and just show them how amazing you are, because you're an animal and I love animals. Please?
That's nice. A lot of people don't pay attention to me much.
I think you're beautiful.
Thank you.
Come here.
Make an animal handling check.
In all your wildest dreams, is this where you saw this going?
No.
Over breakfast.
Very first episode, first spell cast.
19.
Of all the characters I imagined having to make up on the spot, a pigeon was
I hope this character's recurring. That's his own arc.
His name is Meta.
That works on too many levels. No.
It's almost a reference.
Yes.
We're dangerously close again.
So, 19.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of looks at you. And flaps down, lands in your hand. And is sort of looking around, looking in your hand. Do you have anything? Sort
Do
of
I have
like,
anything?
Likely, do you have anything?
Ooh. I mean, I presume I would have some sort of rations, but yeah.
I'm going to spit
Just-
out some of your porridge for you.
Exactly.
It's
Big
what birds do,
cheese.
You sort of manage to get some sort of dried bits of cracker, I would say, out of your pocket and sort of just crush it up quickly. Ooh, thank you. Come. Oh. I've not had this before.
I'm just going to give him a little stroke on the back of the head as well.
This is odd, but I think I like it.
I was just thinking that.
Right, come with me.
Wait, where are we going?
Come on.
With
We're heading-
Herb
we're heading back.
arrives at this point and comes in. Oh, there you are, dear. We missed you. Come on, come back to breakfast. And he takes your hand and tries to lead you back
Listen to
inside.
this. And I'm going to go on.
What'd you call me?
What's he saying?
Yeah.
Because
Sorry.
I can still understand him, right?
Oh yeah. It's you as you walked out the door, Herb, you sort of see Vela take something out of her pocket, and you see her with this pigeon, quite prominently in her hand, and the pigeon's kind of appears to be just eating something out of her hand, and he says to her, "Another one? Who is this?
Tell them how amazing you are.
I am a pigeon."
Yes.
Herb just sort of stares at the pigeon and tries really hard. Like, looks at her, looks back at the pigeon.
Does he have anything?
Have you not had enough?
I like food.
So I followed Herb, and as I was going, scoffing my food, I kind of leave the plate on like a table just by the door, and then
Yes.
just go.
And at this point, as sort of the group is sort of slowly coming out into the foyer area and exiting the main door, you see a dwarf, sort of middle aged. If he was human, he'd probably be about in his late 40s, early 50s sort of time. So reasonably middle aged. His thinning red hair, very stocky, and you know this to be Dermot. This is the leader of the Golden Sails, and he just comes out of his office and goes, "I am Drake. What's going on? Have you scared off the new girl already?"
I was just having breakfast. I promise. I did nothing else. But I'm gonna go get her now, just because
Okay.
it's not my fault. But she did get scared and leave.
Skip. Oh, for
I
God's
was
She was
sake!
more scared of the plate, Dermot,
She appears to have a bacon phobia.
or more a meat phobia.
Oh, she did mention that. I did tell Big Cheese. Did Big Cheese make her something?
No, just for Drake.
I didn't know
Oh,
this.
is
did I?
this second breakfast again?
Look, I get hungry. All right,
Look, we all get.
a
Look,
growing
you're-
halfling needs food.
Okay, first of all, we both know that that's bollocks. You're not growing any more than you are. And second, just because all I'm saying is you're lucky everyone else is out on business.
Well, I was bored and I was hungry.
It's amazing how many stories start like that. And Dermot sort of goes outside to join the rest of you.
At this point, has Bella just been going?
Pretty much, yeah. You've sort of, those of you who are there have watched sort of like
She found a pigeon.
looking back and forth.
Yeah.
Is
See
that-
that right?
Isn't he beautiful? Why would you want to eat something that lives?
Well, I
when
wouldn't. It's a
beautiful?
pigeon.
Yes, we don't eat pigeons necessarily.
Well, good.
They've got disease.
What?
The Pigeons.
Still eating the crackers.
Do you have diseases?
What are diseases?
I think you're probably fine. You seem fine to me. I'm sorry I don't have any more food.
You don't?
Mm.
Bye.
Did anyone else see her just cooing at the damn pigeon?
Yes.
It's not just me.
No.
Cool.
Dermot, are you sure this one isn't insane? I know we have some people.
She
walk
seems
through the
nice and all,
door,
but-
Insane?
Look,
What do you mean?
Sorry, Damerus Silverthorn, you know, I'm relatively new myself.
I know who you are.
No, I know, I'm just trying to break the tension. You scared me.
God's sake, lad, I'm not Carol.
No, that's very
Look.
true.
Look, I interviewed and tested her, same as I did all of you. She may be a bit odd, but we've got our fair share of odd ducks in this place.
Yes, fair enough.
She knows what she's doing, and frankly, we've not had someone like her before, so I think she'll be a good addition.
Someone who knows what they're doing. No, I mean, look at the rest of us.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're a funny man. You're a funny man, damn it.
I
Very.
take exception to that. I know what I'm doing some of the time.
Some of the time.
Oh, the rest of the time I wing it. It's fine.
So, if you, young man, would kindly put your plate back where you found it.
Yes, sir. I go and take my plate away.
There's a good chap.
Have you just been subtly licking it clean with the breaks between
Just, like,
conversations?
sucking all the bacon.
Sorry about the boy, Desmond. I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
It's all my fault. You little fucker!
I heard that.
That's quite alright, Herb. Now, shall we all go back inside and calm a bit down?
I mean, I don't know why you're looking at me. I've taken the plate inside. I guess these guys are the
I'm
ones outside.
perfectly calm.
Keep going.
I'm- Yes.
Are you alright, Villa?
Mm. I don't like that they eat animals.
Ah,
Well, actually, in fairness, I only saw one of them eat animals.
it's something you get used to. There are lots of things you have to get used to around here. But I'll speak to Big Cheese and I'll see to it that he prepares your food special, alright?
He makes the most amazing porridge.
That he does.
Yeah.
That he does. At this point, the four of you who are still outside, you see an individual walking up the street. A human, kind of in his a male human, kind of in his late 20s. Very neat, sort of clean shaven. His hair does look a bit dishevelled, however. But the thing that most catches your eye is his garb, his armor. He's wearing scale armor. He's wearing scale armor, and he has a tabard on front. And this tabard is a open hand with a shark's fin in front of it. He wears armor, and he has a sword by his side. And he walks up to the group outside, looks at the building, sort of checks it against a piece of parchment he's carrying, and looks around and turns to them and turns to you all and goes, "Is this the Sailhouse?"
Who's asking?
Yes, it is the Sailhouse.
He sort of gives you a look, and Dermot goes, "Yes, officer. It is the Sailhouse." And Herb, you wouldn't have bothered yourself with such details before thinking to speak, but this armor, this garb, this man is apparently a member of the City Watch of some sort. You're not sure exactly who, but this is the sort of garb you see watchers wearing. And he turns to the newcomer turns to Dermond. He goes, "My name is Watchhand Dallon, 9th Watch of the 2nd Precinct. I need to speak to whoever is in charge here." Dermond goes, "Aye, that will be me. Please, come in, sir. Step into my office." And he nods nods to the others, and they walk inside.
Alan seems nice.
Alan?
I walk back outside going, lovely beer. Now, who was that lad?
Alan.
Alan.
He seems nice.
I'm going out on a limb here and say he's not called Alan.
No,
Talent.
something to do with
Talent.
yes,
Oh,
to do with the city watch. Wanted to talk to the boss.
Did you mean Adler
interesting.
What?
Never mind.
Very good, Sarah. I noticed that. Can, in fact, yeah, no, the four of the three of you, in fact, no, the four of you would know this, given, yeah, no, you grew up, you all grew up in Damer, you'd know this. Watchhand is a member of the watch, of the civil, sort of the civil military, so to speak, of the police force essentially of Damer, and Watchhand is an equivalent of a sergeant. So sort of the first sort of rank above, just your plain old.
Why the shark fin?
The shark fin,
Different
which
house.
again you would also know, having lived here for so long.
Would he know?
Well, he would have been told. He might not. Remember.
Multiple times.
The shark fin is the symbol of the great house of Atlaphane, which is the ruling house of this area of the country.
Oh, the Sarah knows.
Without any.
Some people did the reading. It warms my heart. So,
Method acting.
so yes. So this guy has just gone inside to talk to Dermot.
Well, looks like there might be a job coming.
So he looked dishevelled but not bloodied in any way. Like he didn't.
No, he looked. In fact, the only sort of. In fact, make an insight check for me, Esther.
No, that's a 7.
7. Not sure. He looked like he was in a hurry.
I was just really concentrating on that shark fin. Like, where am I?
You're not even
Yeah.
sure if he was dishevelled. Maybe he was
Alan
dishevelled at this point.
Atlan.
It's not like it's not like it's it's not like it's an incredibly prominent symbol all over the city or anything.
It's the symbol of
Sharks.
House George.
That's going really deep in terms of references to the point that only 3 people in the room get it.
Right, well, we can't stand here all day because otherwise
The
we're just
house
loitering.
motto is just we're gonna need a bigger boat.
That's enough out of you. That's another franchise.
That's almost a reference.
Dangerously close.
So in the sales house, he said most everyone else was out on work. Are we the only team? Because we are a team.
Wait,
aren't
that
we?
was the other thing I meant
Well,
to ask.
you're the only.
Have you been assigned a team yet?
No.
Great.
Welcome to the family.
Oh.
And her gives her a little cuddle around the knees.
Just gonna say,
Does this
How
mean
tall are
she's
you?
your granddaughter?
5. Oh, I'm 5.
you're 5 foot.
Is she?
5 foot flat.
Mhm.
I'm 3
She's
foot.
a
How,
family now.
Herb, how tall are you?
Short.
Yeah, I'm 3 foot.
Yeah.
So you're a
about
little bit
the
less.
same.
Than that.
And out of curiosity, Esther and Damerus, how tall are you?
I'm about 5'5".
I'm 5'11".
So you're the tallest at
Yes,
5'11".
I'm still short.
Exactly.
Well,
Oh yeah, like average height.
slightly
for a
above
tiefling,
above Earth height.
Yeah.
Earth average height.
It's the
And
height
for all
of
of you
the
viewers on Mars, that's 6 foot.
Well, technically the gravity would be different, so if someone had spent their time on a lower gravity planet, they might well be taller.
So attractive when you do that.
Other Sarah, control yourself.
Now do the pigeon voice again.
Don't make me bring out the pigeon. So,
That should be the title of this episode.
an unexpected pigeon. That's
Best
dangerously,
kind of pigeon.
that's dangerously close to a reference.
Anyway, I suggest that we head in and not be loitering in the street for no reason.
Yeah.
What's wrong with loitering in the street?
The plot is this way.
There are times that man is oddly prescient.
What have I told you about tapping on the fourth wall, Wells?
He's perceptive in ways you could never understand.
It doesn't help him. Right, so,
We
Yes,
wander back
Back
inside.
to the mess hall.
Yes.
I'm gonna finish my porridge.
oh yeah, you left that, didn't you? Where's your room? Have you got a room yet?
I don't know.
That's
like,
my boy!
Not like that.
Come on, Hub, let's go and get another tea, shall we?
Oh, thank you, Damerus. Thank you, Damerus.
Thank you,
No
Damerus.
problem.
I like literally just got here, so I don't know. I don't know where my room is. Are you guys all rooming together?
Regrettably, some of us are.
I think Damerus and Drake have a spare bed. Although Drake often fills it.
Again.
What?
We've talked about this in terms of tact, right? Not things that we bring up in a first kind of conversation. If only know that for the day. If not even that morning.
Esther brings out a small pile of notes and starts looking through. And
Remember,
Lloyd
small
thinks
talk. Small
still-
talk.
Small talk under S. Small talk. Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
The weather is quite lovely.
No, you have to respond to the question first. You don't just read. We'll get it. We'll get it
I'm
another
not
time.
From Peaksdock.
You can stop. Close the book.
Yes, as you can see, we're not the most, well, we're a pretty eclectic bunch, to say the least.
Yeah, we're all special.
You could
Well,
say
you're not
that.
wrong.
I mean, I don't really need much space to sleep. I kind of just zen out. And then
Would
I
you
feel
do that
really
thing
good.
that the elves do and you like meditate for
I am an elf.
Oh, well, then
I am
yes.
an elf. Yeah, I do the thing. It just takes a few hours and then I feel good again.
You shouldn't sleep. I always thought that was weird.
Do you dream?
Not really. I daydream. That's fun.
What do you daydream about?
Like everything. Not just pigeons, but pigeons are there. Yeah. Just like everything, just like animals and like a whole field of animals, like different animals. Yeah.
I'm sensing you like animals.
What?
There just seems to be a general theme with you.
I love animals. Animals are the best. Arguably better than humans.
Well, that's a bit racist. but,
Arguably lots of things about
I was going to say.
no offence, Esther.
As the only human, I feel victimised. That's okay.
Nothing against you.
It's not unusual.
Oh, I totally slipped my mind. It's pocket money day. And he goes, one for you.
You know
and
what?
one for you. Hey, buy some toffees or something.
Wait a minute. If he thinks that I'm
Yes.
granddaughter, but he wants to set me up with you, that's weird.
Right, you've got to understand that is not the same man. You may as well think of him.
But it is.
Okay, yes. But how do I explain it? He's very forgetful, right? So the man who thinks you're his granddaughter, for reasons beyond me, you're like twice as tall.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's not also the man who wants to set us up.
Okay, wait.
Why?
So this should be yours because you're a grandson.
Sure, thanks.
I'm gonna keep the other ones.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fair.
At this point, you hear a door sort of like not exactly slam open, but sort of pushed open with a significant amount of vigor, and Dermond and the watch hand Dallin walk in, and Dermond, like you can see, he looks very serious. The four of you have seen this face before. This is business face, so to speak. Dermond walks up and goes, "Right. Everybody sit down, please."
Sorry, is he gesturing to come into his office? Or
No, he's gesturing
in the mess hall.
in the
Yeah.
mess hall.
Yeah. I do.
Okay. Now, I mean this. I want to put this respectfully.
It's not a
Why?
good start.
Yeah. Why does everyone always do that with us?
Let me guess, it's
You
not
fucking
us, it's
idiot.
you.
I
Look,
play D&D for escapism, damn it.
We're already fucking losers.
look. The watch hand here has just come to me with some very serious information. Now, frankly, if it were up to me, I wouldn't put you on this because it is dangerous and it is very important. But it is an emergency situation for multiple reasons, not just here. But I want to impress upon you the importance of this. I trust all of you, or I just wouldn't take the job at all. but I want to impress upon you the importance of this. Watch hand, if you would. Thank you, sir. And you can see now, upon sort of closer inspection, that Dallin, his hair is frazzled and his eyes look a bit bloodshot. Anybody who wishes to make an insight check may do so.
With my -1, that's 11.
I love negative wisdom.
Ooh, that's going to be
23.
Damn, so
Vela?
I didn't roll.
Oh, you didn't.
She doesn't
roll.
want
I'm just looking.
24. So
show off.
the two of you notice like bloodshot eyes, the hooded the hooded shadows under his eyes. He's clearly very tired, and you can see that he's sort of his fist is not very obviously, but ever so slightly sort of clenching and unclenching subtly in sort of a nervous, stressed tick. Very well. I come to the Golden Sails because your services come highly recommended, and the Watch have encountered an issue that specifically requires people who are not of the Watch to deal with. And I, much like Dermot here, would like to impress upon you the importance of this. He sort of closes his eyes and then opens them again. 1 week ago, Baron Ortho Callio was kidnapped by the Red Rats on a hunting trip. He has been missing for the better part of a week, and recently his kidnappers revealed themselves. The rats have been holed up in an old abandoned wizard's tower on the outskirts of Brindle, just to the south of here, and they are holding the Baron hostage. They have already shot and killed 2 watchers who were sent in to negotiate, and they are demanding non-watch people to negotiate with them. And frankly, you're it. House Callio is perhaps not the most prominent, but we cannot allow mere vagabonds to just kidnap a member of the nobility wherever they please. His mother, the Viscountess Aliane, well, you should have seen it. I'm told that she marched into the first precinct and practically ripped and screamed Commander Jaina's head off. She is angry and is demanding the release of her son as quickly as possible. I have been ordered to draft any capable citizens that I can and bring them south to Brindle as soon as possible. I have a cart waiting. Sadly, we had to take all of our horses for several watch squadrons to, for containment purposes. We have them trapped in the tower, but we can't get in there without the Baron's throat being slit. So, we require your help. I know this is moving very quickly, but you have the word of the Watch that you will be compensated appropriately.
Well,
I need an answer.
How appropriately?
I mean, we'll almost certainly do it, but what would these bandits want with the Baron, other than the fact that he's a member of the nobility? What is there anything in particular about Callio that we should know?
He's a young man. He's, frankly, I'm not sure. These are for questions that are above my pay grade, and other than he is a member of the nobility, I cannot think of anyone anything specific. I mean, if it were me, I would have tried to kidnap someone of Athelfane. Someone more prominent, surely, but that said, a kidnapped noble is a kidnapped noble, and they can probably think they can ransom him for a great deal.
What can you tell us about these red rats?
Anybody who wants to make a history check.
Oh, dear.
Nope.
16.
10.
Also 10.
16.
16. No, this is a group that you have all heard of. Perhaps some have known greater details than others, but particularly since you're working in a dangerous industry, shall we say, you would have at least heard of them. They are a criminal organization, well spread throughout the continent, but mostly known for a lot of petty crimes, for mugging, for thievery, for extortion.
Is this out of question for them, like out of character? Like a kidnapping of a prominent noble, is that something just slightly out of their wheelhouse normally?
You would guess. You would think. You're not 100% sure, but it does seem a little high profile. Kidnapping a noble is not something that is taken lightly.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
Well, the Red Rats, this is not something we'd expect of them, but that's who they're claiming to be, and they haven't yet been refuted. Of course, everything's been moving rather quickly, so they could be operating under false pretenses, but knowing what the rats tend to do to people who are like that, we don't think it's likely. We haven't seen their wrist tattoos, but hopefully we can get close enough to be able to tell. They've been very, well, if you'll pardon the pun, they're very much like cornered rats at the moment.
This wizard tower, this wizard tower where they are, is that like their home base, or is it something they've taken for this, or what?
Well, from what we can tell, according to the watch in Brindell, this wizard's tower has long been abandoned. They appear to have a few days ago we discovered their base, and or at least gotten word of where they were hiding out, and they appear to have gotten ahead of us, and they were able to escape before the watch arrived, and then they appear to have panicked and taken this spot as a place to hide out in.
And in terms of the geography of the area, is there enough cover for us to make an approach unseen, or are we expected to go and negotiate with these people?
The Wizard's Tower is at the top of a hill outside of the village. It is very open terrain.
Yes.
We currently have the bottom of the hill surrounded. They aren't going anywhere, but we've reached a standoff.
Yes.
That said, they are demanding interviews with people who are not members of the Watch for reasons that I cannot fathom, but needless to say, we are meeting them,
So they'll meet with us, will they?
ostensibly.
Well, I mean, if Dermot signed off on it, I think we're all game to go do it.
We should go.
If
yes.
Dermot says so, then we'll do it.
It's, well, not only is it the right thing to do, but rescuing a noble carries with it certain good press.
Yes, it'll certainly look good for the sales.
Aye, and obviously this is not how we usually do things. We usually like contracts drawn up a bit, well, not quite such a hurry, but I'll speak to Carol and she'll sort it out. You'll all get
Ester puts
properly
her hand
paid.
on his arm as he says that.
Rather you than me.
Dermot sort of like his facade breaks for a second and just sort of half grins and goes, aye, sure.
Does she just hate us, or is it everyone?
She doesn't hate people, lad. She's just
Carol?
Terrifying to everyone. Just
Both of those statements are accurate.
What are we doing with this one, Vala?
I'm coming with you, aren't
She's-
I?
I would assume she is.
Introduction by fire, lass, if you're...
Question.
Uh-huh.
Has Vela this whole time just been thinking we're talking about actual red rats who have actually kidnapped a human?
Yeah. No, honestly, my next question was like, what do they look like?
What do you mean, what do they look like?
The rats. They're the red rats.
Well, they're bandits. They're...
Red.
It's a gang of people.
It's a...
Not red rats.
But could you imagine how cute a bunch of rats would be with little bandit hats on? And little...
Yes, and if they were
Depends how
cute,
big
then
they
this
are.
wouldn't be a big deal. I'm sure the want
That's
to be able
true.
to.
I
have
don't
some
mean
rats
to
by
push.
themselves.
Actually, no, I lie. I do mean to push. Will you come?
Sorry, yes, we'll help.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Very well. Then please gather your things. I want to set out as soon as possible.
Right.
Well, I'm ready to leave.
Dermot,
I don't
where's
really
her
own
room?
much. It's all
She
just
should
here.
dump her stuff before we go.
Oh, God. Leave your stuff with me, lass. I'll check to see what rooms are free, and I'll show you when you get back.
Okay.
Grand.
Let's go.
Let's go get our stuff and head.
Okay. So,
Guess we'll head to our rooms.
yeah,
grab
and,
our equipment.
so it's and who remind me who is sharing rooms? So it's Damerus and Drake.
Yes.
Yeah, and then Esther.
The double
Double
D.
D,
The double
yeah.
Ds.
And Esther and Herb.
Yeah.
sharing a room.
Sharing a room as well.
Which sounds like some sort of exotic dish. Esther with
Manners.
herbs.
Look,
I
when
feel
that
like you just
at
did-
night time that door is shut, and I don't want to know.
Oh no.
You just didn't think that sentence through, did you,
Someone's got to
Alex?
change him.
Oh no, I did it.
You underestimate me, Sarah. You underestimate me, other Sarah. Sarah with an H.
That's what the H is for.
It is now. So, you take 5 or so minutes. You gather your things, gather your weapons, put on your armor,
I'm good to get out.
and
Let's
you
get going.
walk out the main door, and you see Big Cheese packing up the kitchen. He goes, "Oh, heading out, are you?" And oh, that's Dermot. Why did I pick 2 characters with a Scottish and a Northern, both of which can be started with the word I? Right, so you're going out, are you?
Oh yeah, we got a job. Surprise, surprise for the watch.
Hey, surprise, surprise.
Well, someone had to do something.
Hey,
You're sitting
well.
down here, you're cooking.
Uh,
Much as I would love that.
Can we have snacks?
Could we have that?
I was about to go out and get snacks, lad. I didn't anticipate it. I haven't got any.
Wait.
Look, go off with it.
Yeah,
That's,
right.
yes.
No snack.
No,
Maybe-
that's
Maybe when you get back, I'll
Yes.
let you have third breakfast.
Breakfast, I run off.
We're probably back in time for dinner. That's fine. Let's go. Let's leave.
I like breakfast.
Hey,
I like porridge.
God's go with you.
Thank you, Big Cheese.
See you, big cheese.
Well, blessings.
Hey, and
Bye, bye, bye.
I preferred small cheese.
I told you
That
that
was-
was
that
just
was
Big
no
Cheese,
small
but
cheese.
really far away.
very good, very good.
Very good.
So, you walk out. Darren's waiting there for you, and
Best
Dermot
joke so far.
and Dermot just small cheese but really far away. And Dermot just and he goes, "Alright, good luck. We'll sort things out when you get back.
Right.
Okay.
Be careful. Good luck. You know the drill."
Look after the place while we're gone.
Because I really was going to trash the place up now that I've got it to myself.
I don't know.
I think it's just a saying.
Go!
Yes, we're going. Come on, Drake, let's go.
Nobody lets me talk.
You don't have to logic everyone into hating us.
But it's so fun. I want a nemesis.
Something the DM ideas, my friend.
Oh dear.
Indeed. So,
Get on to the cart.
yep, Darren nods to you and goes, "Very well, this way." And almost immediately, before he's finished talking, he's turned on his heel and is marching off at a very brisk pace. So,
We have to jog a little bit to keep up.
you do. Yet surprisingly, for such an elderly gentleman, Herb doesn't have difficulty keeping up.
No, he does not.
So,
I like the idea that her when he walks is exactly the same motion. It just gets quicker. It's like he will walk really slowly, and then when he needs to go quickly,
Listening to a podcast on 1.5 speed.
exactly.
So, you walk away from the golden from the Sailhouse, which is in the northeast section of the city. You walk about 10-15 minutes towards the east gate, and as you walk, you pass a lot of smithies and sort of blacksmithing type buildings. You feel the heat of forges in your face as you walk by, and hear the hammering of various metals as you walk through the city. You make your way to the east gate. The watchers there nod and salute as Dallin walks past. He just gives a doesn't even give them a look, just nods, goes carry on, and walk out. He climbs aboard a cart that is parked at on the outskirts of the city gate. Dismisses the watcher guarding it and takes the reins. Just as you all climb in the back.
Thank you.
Me too.
So,
Is there
Chat.
any space up front?
there is, yes.
I go and sit next to him.
Okay.
Do you know how to drive?
No, I don't.
I do.
I just want to sit next to the important person.
That's it.
So,
You don't want to sit with
Is
us.
this,
Basically, you know what's going to happen.
Presumably a horse-drawn cart.
yes,
Cool.
2 horses.
Just before we get in, I'm just going to give them a little scritch.
Just for my own amusement, make an animal handling check.
You get bit.
You get kicked in the
Just
face
trying to be nice.
by both horses.
19.
19. Yeah, no, they sort of
Fucking love it.
The druid, everyone.
you
Oh
walk up.
yeah.
You walk up. You go to place a hand on their
Snoot.
on their snoot. Yes, not. And this is perhaps one of my only bits of animal handling knowledge, particularly regarding horses. You don't put it on the nose because they breathe through their nose, and if you put it on their nose, it's like you're suffocating them. So you put it above the nose. So you do that, and then you give them a little, and they seem to enjoy it. But then but from a look from the watchmaster, you sort of get the feeling and jump in the back. Chat, and you make your way out of the city.
Is it a covered cart or is it?
No.
Cool.
Open.
How's the snoop?
It was so good. It was super soft. It was great.
You turn right out of the city. You can see on your left is the vast Yormunrus mountain range that stretches far, far, far to the east, way beyond the borders of Damer. But you turn right, away from the mountains, heading south, and the path curves around down past the walls and eventually makes its way onto the main south road. As you are going past the end of the city walls and past the south gate, you see the famous arena complex of Peaksdock, which has six arenas of varying size. One, the huge, massive one, catches your attention, covered by a massive dark grey, almost stratus cloud-like coloured dome. You all know this to be the Tempest Dome, which is the famous sort of centre of Peaksdock fighting that is used once a year in a famous festival, which is only a few months away.
We definitely won't be involved in that.
No, of course not.
Here are all of those shadows.
God, that would involve me planning the story.
Wait, what?
So, you make your way south.
On the road key.
The cart went south, and it's you commence travelling for a few hours, and this road is a coastal road, so the Wayandon Sea is on your right throughout, and it pleasant sea breeze coming off the sea. It's quite a bright day, but very very windy. It being the middle of autumn.
A lot of cars.
Sorry. What have I told you about breaking the fourth wall? All of you. There will be punishment. And as you're driving down the road, Damerus, you notice, Talon's keeping his eyes focused on the road. Seems to be trying to just distract himself from other things, but sort of, an hour or so into the journey, he does turn to you and goes, I presume you know how to use those swords?
Yes, I do, yes.
Good. Where did you train?
Where did I train? Well, lots of training at the Sailhouse. I was an appraiser till about a month ago.
An appraiser?
Yes. Originally, I'm an archaeologist of sorts. I trained at the Celestial Spire Wall for a number of months, almost a year, in fact.
Really?
Yes. I know it's a long way from where we are now, but...
Indeed. And your companions?
Oh, they're good-natured enough. They get a little bit flustered, but they're good people. Is there anything in particular that we should know about this that you might not have mentioned to our boss? Anything at all? You might think that it's completely unnecessary, but it could end up being useful to us.
He thinks for a moment, and there's something about this that seems odd to me. I know that sounds foolish, but I've been a member of the Watch for a good few years, which is an odd statement coming from him, as he looks to be a fairly young man, sort of mid to late 20s, and he says, I've been a member of the Watch for a number of years, and I've seen my fair share of shit. But people have methods, people have ways, people do things a certain way. You can predict how certain criminals are going to act. The Red Rats, they're not kidnappers. They're just thugs. There are plenty of others who I could have attributed this sort of act to, but this just seems odd.
I guess this is all just grasping at straws, but I mean, would it be right to assume they may be being paid by someone else? If this is left field for them, then are they not a group to take coin for any job?
Yes. And in fairness, well, the simplest solution is usually the best one. After all, I could just be conjecturing. It's always possible. Anything is possible, but maybe this is just a particularly ambitious group that rose above their station.
Yes, or maybe the Baron brought their ire upon themselves somehow.
The nobility give...
And they
certain...
take.
Well, yes, that's not what I was going to say, but the nobility give many people a reason to hate them every day. That doesn't mean that most people act upon it.
No, that's almost part of my point, Watchman, is if maybe this specific group of people, if maybe the Baron has done something to wrong one or a number of them, then maybe that's an explanation for all of this.
Or his mother, perhaps. I don't know. She's the one in charge of the house, and it's not even... If anything, I would have... Well... if I wanted to kidnap someone or do something, I would have kidnapped the Count, but...
Easy now, Watch Hand. That's nearly treason. But I understand what you're saying. It's bizarre, it's out of character. I'm sure me and mine will get to the bottom of it for you.
I'm glad at least, and you see his, again, you see sort of just that flicker of a smile, cracking his tense facade, or his tense demeanour, rather, and he just goes, well, I'm glad someone thinks that way. And he just carries on. So you travel for a few hours. I mean, it's it's a cart. It's only barely faster than walking speed, really. But you travel for a for a few hours. It's probably now getting on to, I'd say, late afternoon at this stage, probably about 3-4 o'clock. You making use of what rations you have, and just passing the time with idle conversation,
Playing cards.
playing cards as best
You
you
can't
can.
need to go again. We stopped the cart 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I can't control where you need to go. Where you need to go, you need to go.
I think you can. I think you're just being difficult.
Is there anything absorbent in this cart?
All right, let's pull over.
Oh God!
I could just stand and go over the edge if you want.
Let's pull over, please. His aim is not that good.
At this point, oh boy! At this point, you hear sort of the cry up front from Dallin of Oh Gods, and you think that you're used to people reacting to Herb. You think it's but then you turn it's and then you look and you see that there appears to be the cart's pulled to a stop, but not because of Herb, for once.
But is that what Herb thinks?
Probably yes.
Herb's not paying attention.
Can I see what he's
I'll be
doing?
back.
Yes. So you
Ladder rates for no man.
you spotted this coming up, and you didn't. But now it's gotten closer. You can see there appears to be some sort of roadblock. Like there's a group of carts.
Can I see anyone lurking?
Make a perception check.
Gods.
Can we see these cards as well?
Check.
Yes, but I would argue that you're currently focused on other things at the moment.
Totally fair, Mr. Herb.
Focus on other things.
Sorry.
12.
Just
So
Well.
you can see.
I've only known her for a day.
2 12.
Besties.
You can see the road has sort of been not necessarily narrow, but it has followed a very specific path, and there's not really sort of much room for branching because it's been pretty much coast to your right and varying degrees of cliff and either sort of farmland or woods to your left, and so here you see the road continues sort of through a very someone has clearly sort of carved out the road through a small hill rather than sort of going above it. It's not a tunnel. It's just they rise the sort of sections of land rise up a little bit towards the side, thus leaving a specifically narrow gap through. There's about 40 feet to some woods on your left, and then on your right there's about a cliff onto the sea that's about a 30-foot drop. And you can see a whole bunch of carts and what look to be a group of civilians.
Can we see anyone in the woods 40
No,
feet?
you don't. No, you don't see anything there. And you there's 3 carts, and from what you could with your 12s, you're just about able to see the cause of this blockade. There's one of the carts has turned over and crashed. It doesn't have any horses attached to it, and there are a few people sort of standing around it, trying to sort of push against it with not much luck. There are 2 other carts that do have horses attached to them, but they're sort of they're the next 2 in the queue, and they appear to be empty. They appear to be much like yours. They appear to be passenger carts.
Oh, sorry. So there's a queue up the path because of this one up front.
Yes, but the cause of the crash appears to be this horseless cart that's just completely blocking the road.
Cool.
What's going on?
There's some kind of jam up ahead. I think there's been an accident, maybe.
Wait, can we help?
Hello, and you see this man with a he's got a sword by his side and sort of a slight bit of a brown beard, human, and sir, and he sort of notices Darwin. Watch hand, please. It's good to see you, sir. Can you come and help us? There's I don't know what happened. I came up in my cart behind here, and there's some idiots just crashed over the thing and blocked the whole road. I mean, we've been trying to get it out for for about an hour now. Can any of you help?
Sure, why not? All
Yeah.
right, I
Oh,
jump
thank
down
you,
from
thank
the
you,
car.
thank you.
Yeah, come on, Sails. We'll deal with this one.
Oh,
We all
Thank you so
disembark
so
and
much.
begin walking.
Oh, you're off in having a piss in the woods.
He's gone by now. It's only got a tiny bladder.
Have you actually sort of fully wandered off into the woods?
He just went up against a tree, just sort of quite happily, and he's just wandered back towards the sound of all the noise.
Okay. Alright. So you walk up sort of hurriedly in the way, and you can see a few others. You saw two individuals leaning up against one of the carts, kind of just sort of like catching their breath. And you can see now this whole cart, it's blocking it's blocking the entire way, like the I can't think of the specific word right now, but the connectors to the horses have sort of broken off, and the whole thing's just lying across the road, and like I say, the sort of it's almost like a tiny little canyon,
Okay.
like not even like
It's
barely even 10
like
feet.
hills on either side of
yeah
it.
exactly
Almost,
yeah exactly, but just very very small.
Okay.
And the man, I'm sorry, my name's Davis. We've been trying for about an hour now. We just can't get the damn thing out.
Who owns this cart?
We don't know. We just sort of
Does anyone own this cart? Anyone that's helping?
sort of looks around,
Who found it?
and there's another man, shorter individual, blonde, sort of was a bit hand. Yeah, I did.
How long ago?
It's been like this for a couple of
I
hours.
assume no horses when you got here.
No,
Nothing in the back.
no.
No
It was
people.
just it was just like this when we found it.
Okay,
And,
we'll try and get it off the road then, I guess, and then we'll deal with
Well, thank you.
who later, I suppose.
Can I just have a quick look at the whatever would have? I also do not know the word. Whatever fastens the horses onto the carts.
Yeah.
See if there's anything obvious, like a breakage or any sort of sign of struggle.
Make an investigation check.
Investigation. 15.
15. You have a look at the.
I'm sorry, no, I tell a lie. 13.
13. You have a look, and you're sort of inspecting it, and having a look sort of closely as you're all sort of the rest of the individuals have sort of like moved out of their way to allow you all to sort of try and help, and and you see what looks to be like you take a closer look, and you're looking at the axles, and it seems odd because you've worked on a farm, you've attached horses to carts before, and
Probably would know the word of the thing.
yes, indeed, as would the omnipotent DM.
You're just dumbing it down for the rest of us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Omniscient DM. And you have a look, and it does look broken. You see no there's no clean break at all. There's no like splinters. It's just looks as if it was taken off.
Okay. This is weird. Like, there's no sign of like the horses running away or trying to break free. Like,
And carts are valuable.
yeah,
Even
why
if
would
it-
someone
if
just
your
leave
cart
it?
broke, why would
And
you?
no one owns this cart, no? None of you.
Is it just an open-topped cart with nothing in it?
Can I climb up one of the hills on either side?
Sure. You'd have to sort of go back
Yeah.
around, but
That's fine.
okay. So you sort of you head back around.
I'll be back in a minute.
They never saw him again.
Roll new character.
You sort of start heading around sort of to the left hand side.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear.
I
You-
just wander off on my own, alright? I hope you all have fun.
Just scream in pain if you need
So Drake,
No.
Initiative.
Does 21 hit your AC?
What?
So if 21
really
hits your
steep
AC,
hill.
if 21
Killer.
so Drake, if
That's
21
great.
hits your AC, I assume that 21 will also hit your AC.
Incorrect. The second 21, for reasons unknown to you, doesn't. For me, please.
That's good to know.
My
So
special anti-21.
from the woods,
Oh, no.
as you sort of start making your way around the hill and going to look around the other side, you just
Man, I hope I don't get shot as I go
you
for a
s-
walk.
you start and you look over and you're just about to sort of look over the other side of the cart, and you can see two individuals very clearly hiding behind the cart, wearing leather armor and these thick, burly dudes with crossbows. But that's not what shot you. You got shot from the woods with 2 arrows for a total of 8 points of piercing damage.
God.
Well.
And at this
That would
point,
put me in a real bad spot.
simultaneously as this happens, you also hear a cry from down up. What the? And I would like all of you to roll initiative, please.
Oh,
That seems fair.
How unexpected.
Initiative, I don't even know what's happening.
For a free action, when I get shot, can I yell, "It's an ambush"?
Possibly. That
How unexpected!
It's a man book.
won't affect the surprise round that these
Oh, yeah,
bastards
I know.
get, but
I rolled so
But I wandered off on my own. So
Yeah.
that would be my first
And they
response.
also- and they also saw that you were going to round the side to see them. So
What?
But
No, I
so he was
wasn't.
going
it's almost
up the hill, right? So this was all in clear sight of all of us.
yeah. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. You all see him getting shot. Unfortunately, let's see.
No one cares.
In fact, no,
Very
You're the worst granddad ever.
so the three of you, because Herb is still somewhere towards the back, I imagine. The three of you, as you were sort of looking at the cart and attempting to push it over, didn't notice the three of them sneak up behind you and go to stab you.
Oh,
Jesus.
There's like loads of people
Nice.
here. There's so many people
There's
here.
one of there's you've
They're
seen
all assassins.
you've seen four people.
And they're the ones stabbing you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Esther, that's a 17 versus AC.
Ooh.
Damn the
So
peasantry.
people just be like hiding behind this cart while like several people try and push it for 2 hours.
I really hope they don't succeed because it's going to be awkward.
It's almost as if the people who were attempting to push the cart are also drawing weapons.
Fine.
that was-
Damerus.
Definitely thought it was.
Peasantry.
Damerus, 14 versus AC.
That is my AC.
Oh, that hits then. And
What was the 14 when you
Vela,
were shooting at me?
Vela, that is
What's your
16
AC,
versus
Drake?
AC.
17. Me and you have 17, I think.
So Esther, you take 4 points of piercing damage. Damerus, you take 6 points of piercing damage.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
And
I
Vela,
am looking bad.
Vela, they sort of go at you in.
Oh
Do you have
god.
terrible constitution by any chance?
No, I just rolled terribly for my hit points.
That's
Roll-
even worse.
Just roll for your hit
Just
points.
bloodied him
Well, no, so
with
I
one
took,
arrow.
I took the 8 for my first, and then for my up to level 2, I rolled terribly.
Oh.
So I'm bloody.
Oh dear, you are in trouble.
Oh dear, you aren't. Vela, you sort of like just hear it coming just a second too late, but it only manages to scratch you across the shoulder. You take 2 points of slashing damage.
Cry me a river.
You're such a damn
Yeah.
dude.
So,
That's a steal.
25 to 20. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm stealing this from Matthew Mercer because it's just a good method of doing it. 25 to 20.
22!
22.
Yes.
Quiet, you old man.
Can't hear you because you don't speak yet.
20 to 15. 20 to 15. Oh dear.
Oh, interesting.
You are in trouble.
Yeah.
15 to 10.
14.
11.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Oh dear, you really are in trouble.
I rolled a 2.
Damerus is the only one with any sense in this party, and he's the one they take out first because they're very smart.
Less than 10 or below.
I got 9.
9.
5.
Hooray!
We are in the initiative.
Which is not. It's just about how many hit points you have left.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's just still looking at the cart like,
It's good.
Looking at the arrow sticking through his lung.
No. Kidney.
That's my
That-
mistake.
That should not be there.
Why is there a sausage on the outside?
So, at the top of the round, Herb, you hear this cry, "Ah, they're killing us!"
I believe I said ambush, but I'm going to take killing us.
Yeah, well, you know, he hears different things all
That's
the time.
true. I yell out, it's an ambush. He hears, I'm a little bitch.
Herb's very handsome.
Herb, at this point, you've just come back from relieving yourself. It's all very pleasant.
He feels so good.
You do feel so good. You have that sort of little tingle you get when you relieve yourself really well. But you then see this one of these individuals, the first chap, that these guys spoke to. He's just drawn a sword and tried to stab Dallin in the front. And he's managed to cut just sort of inside of his armor, doing a little bit of damage. So that is what you see. What would you like to do?
I'd like to shout furiously at him and swing my staff at his face.
Yeah, you can do that. Please go ahead.
How tall is he?
Yeah.
How tall
You're
is Toby?
3 foot.
How
How
long
tall
is
is
my
the guy?
staff?
Yeah, that's the question.
Oh, the staff. I mean, a good quarterstaff is like 5 feet.
That's
It's
almost
not quite
tall.
that long.
No, I was gonna say, I imagine yours like a walking stick.
Yeah, it's probably only about 2.5 feet.
If you've got
So it's
two,
more of an
use them
8th
as
staff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that is 14.
14 hits.
Yes!
These guys are only wearing sort of very basic leather armor.
10 damage.
10 damage.
Holy mother.
So,
Is that right? I've got +4. Is that right? Yes.
yeah.
10 damage.
As you guys will have seen in the stats rolling video that we put up, these guys rolled like bastards.
What? No, it didn't. You're crazy.
Oh, I'm sorry, what was that? 2 18s and 4 16s?
Well,
Yeah, but I also I took some of those numbers away.
Yes, you did.
He did.
Yeah, you
Which
did.
you may well be rewarded for one of these
Yes.
days.
if you survive.
Yeah, if I survive.
But
You're rewarded for
probably
death.
not today.
Probably not there.
So, Herb, you actually run up behind this guy who wasn't aware that you were there, and
They never are.
no, but except that you did yell furiously. And the last thing this man
Get
ever
your
sees,
hands off of him!
the last thing this man ever sees is this furious old halfling, and just swinging, taking a little bit of a jump, jumping a foot in the air, swinging the staff at the side of his head. And it just happens to whack him exactly at the right point in the temple. And
And his head comes off.
And that's how the sport of
Golf
golf
chain.
was invented.
not quite, but it does whack him, and you just see his eyes go, and he just falls to the floor, and you just see blood trickling out of his ear.
Damn, son.
Dark.
He's dead.
Could I spend a key point to make 2 unarmed attacks as a bonus, please?
Against whom? The other.
Isn't there people
This guy was more towards the back, talking to Dallin. The other 3 that you can see are all up towards the cart, going for these lot. But
Okay.
you could still come up behind them, and I will allow you to split up the attack like that.
Yes, I would like to do that.
Very well. Do you want to go for the one on Ester, Damerus, or Vela?
Vela, please.
Vela, very well. Please make your attack rolls.
Advantage?
No,
17.
because Vela's not actually sort of reacted yet, so...
17 and 16.
Both hit.
Damn, son.
Destroy him.
Cast him into the fire.
5 and
Please.
8.
8. 13, yeah. So,
Get your hands off my granddaughter, you bastard!
Yeah. So, the only things...
I'm over here, Grandad!
Shut up, boy!
So, the 3 of you, having, been sort of moving up, trying to push this car, turn around to see these individuals, looming over you, swords raised, and, you feel the pain of being stabbed. But then the next thing you hear, almost immediately, you hear a sudden thunk. You hear, thunk, get your hands off my granddaughter! And then he just, again,
Those are the words I'm going to die to.
yeah. You sort of see the guy who cut your shoulder, and then you just see him, he gets tripped up, and then you see Herb standing over him, and he plunges a sort of an open palm into this guy's nose, forces the bone up into his brain, killing him instantly. And you're just taken aback by the fact that this old man has just killed 2 people in the space of 6 seconds.
Dude.
Did you do a power
He
play?
did a. Oh, I need the bathroom again.
Amazing.
Did I bring my thermos, Drake? I'm parched.
I'm cold.
So, at this point, it is now the 2 individuals behind the cart's turn.
What?
Yes. So,
Reroll.
Hello. Goodbye.
that is an 8
No.
and a 19.
Yes.
So they raise their large heavy crossbows at you,
Oh, okay.
and you're sort of
One hand.
Ow. No.
you sort of bend over. At first, once the 2 arrows hit you in pain, and so the first shot goes over your head. The second, however, embeds itself in you. Well, actually, no, it doesn't. It only scratches one of your exposed arms. It does 2 points of piercing damage.
Right. I'm now what some in the business may call blood-eyed.
Disgusting.
Really, kind
It's
of
a
bit
family
of
show.
bloody
I know.
This is
Some
a
of us have been in from the surprise
Alex,
round.
this is
Someone's been there before that.
This is not a family show, nor do I think it will ever be a family show.
Yeah.
Hey, with family. Come on.
Okay.
Fuck you for saying that.
Now it's a family show. So that's what's your AC, Drake?
17.
17. No, actually. So you again, you're still sort of doubled over in pain, and you feel like this heavy bolt just flies over your head, and then a few seconds later, 2 arrow shots again fly over your head and embed themselves in the top of the cart. And
Will people stop shooting me?
If you hadn't rolled so poorly initially, did you have to do something about that?
And with will people stop shooting at me? Ester, you're up, and Drake, you're on deck. You see 2 people before you coming at you with swords, and
Right.
you just out of the corner of your eye you saw Herb kill 2 people.
Classic Herb.
Classic Herb.
Who else but her?
Who else but Herb? Who else but monks?
Okie dokie. Well, I would like to swing with my weapon that I have right here. I would like to swing with my mace at the
Yes.
one who just hit me.
Yes.
So
Fuck that.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
I'm gonna do my best. And it's not very good. It's 10.
10. You unfortunately you're still reeling in surprise, and you get your mace out and you go to give a horizontal swing, but he's already ducked out of the way, ready for his next attack. Do you want to do anything for a bonus action or anything else? You're kind of sort of trapped up against the cart here, so I presume you don't want to move.
No, because if I move, I'm going to take an attack of opportunity on
That
it.
is how the rules of D&D 5th edition work.
I would like to stare at him disconcertingly.
That is
And
always
for slightly too long. Or precisely 6 seconds.
Small talk. Small talk.
Indeed. Very well. Esther, that's your turn. Drake, you're up.
Right. So for my bonus action,
Vela, you will be on deck.
bonus action, I'm gonna use second wind.
What?
Which gives me a whole 5, which is still not too bad.
It's more than you got shot for.
Exactly.
The
I'd
second
like to
time.
turn around.
And just
Face
about as much as Damerus has
towards-
left.
Yeah.
Or wherever the arrows came from.
Yeah.
What can I see?
You can now see 2 individuals, sort of one at kind of either end,
Yeah.
like of this small wooded section, probably about 40-50 feet away from where you are, but like you're kind of in a triangle with the 3 of them.
Cool. I'd like to shoot at the one on the right.
Sure, go ahead. They do have cover from being behind partially a tree.
How about a 20 on that?
Yeah, that still hits.
7 damage.
7 damage. So you take aim, and feeling that this is the best way to retaliate, you take an arrow out and you just hear a distant cry of pain. But you saw it hit, went into sort of embedded itself quite a few inches into his shoulder, but he's still up.
That's fair. I'm gonna action surge.
That's
and
also
shoot the
fair.
bastard again.
Go ahead.
How about 18?
18 does. Yep, that just hits.
You're a
And
fighter,
then-
Andy.
Yeah. 11 damage.
He's a dex-based fighter, Alex.
What? What would I?
What?
Shockingly,
Andy
right?
hates that.
It's not like it's not like Andy's played that in other campaigns where I've DM'd in.
This is now range. Last time I was melee.
And range.
No, I gave that up. Like level 6.
Says the man who can now cast Firebolt, having taken a level in Draconic Sorcerer. That's beside the point. With how much damage, sorry?
11 damage.
11. Yeah, no, this time you sort of like, he kind of like
Ow,
staggers-
you say?
Yeah, he kind of staggers back a bit out from behind the tree into full cover, and you're like, right. And then you take aim ever so slightly to your left, and boom, straight in the chest. Boom.
I would then like to run 25 feet down the hill so I'm no longer be able to be visible for the people behind the cart.
Yeah, that's fair.
And can I yell, "There's 2 more behind the cart"?
Yes, you can. So it is now the bandits' turn. The two who are up on the three of you. So
How
one.
many are there that we know of?
Sorry.
How many are there left that we know of?
5. There's 2.
Yeesh.
Are
There's-
there some in the woods? That
There's
There's
one.
one more in the
There's
woods.
one in the woods. 2 behind the cart. 2 in front of the cart.
Cool.
So the one. One of the ones that you took a swing at, Esther, is going to take a swing at you in retaliation. But that's only a 6 versus AC.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, that does not hit.
I didn't think it would. So,
It would be very surprising.
yes. Now that you've actually got a weapon out, you're actually able to sort of, sort of move instinctually and sort of hold up your weapon in a slight blocking position, which is enough for this guy. He's not a particularly good swordsman. The other, Damerus, I'm afraid, is
That's fine.
still on you, so that's what he would do.
I'm gonna draw my swords in a minute.
Yep.
Hey,
That, however, is only a 9.
I know that.
So again, yeah, this time you're now
Thank you.
aware. The 2 of you are going to almost press back up against the cart as far as you can go. The sword passed right in front of you, but you're just able to dodge out of the way. That is their turn, however. Vela, you're up. Damerus, you're on deck.
How close is the closest bandit to me?
So that would be the one on Damerus to your left.
Would he be within 30 feet?
Absolutely, he's within almost 5 feet. The three of you are very, very
Not
bunched
like
up.
shoulder to shoulder.
Pretty much. Yeah,
Okay,
he's
cool.
yours.
I'm going to cast Thorn Whip on him.
It's cool, whip.
You put thorn whip on pie. Pie tastes better with thorn whip.
You're saying it weird.
It does.
What?
Say
I'm just
thorn.
putting a lot of emphasis on
Say
the H. Whip.
16?
16 does hit.
Oh, yeah.
So you, the 5 of you watch, never having seen this before, of course, as Vela kind of, her hand begins to glow with a light green, sort of like very similar almost to her skin color, and you see a long, thin, thorned vine fly out from her hands and just wrap itself around the bandit that's on Damerus. Gah! He yells out in pain,
2 damage.
doing 2 points of damage, which is still
Awesome.
something.
You can pull it. You pull it up to you.
Doesn't that, it's only if the creature is large or small,
Or smaller.
or smaller.
He's a medium creature,
He
so
can-
yes.
He comes towards me.
Yep.
10 feet.
Okay, so
Get over here! Wait,
Vel-
what?
Vela-
That's not a
Vela-
reference?
that was
okay.
Vela casts a spell and
Get over here!
and comes and saying it in that voice comes dangerously close to a reference and pulls the guy that's bearing down on you, Damerus, towards her, and it's this very odd look seeing this this young individual who you previously viewed as sort of bit cute and perhaps sort of looked down on a bit, but now you're like, whoa, magic.
Damn, son.
Damn,
Morus.
As
forgot
a free action, can I just pull the most menacing face that I can?
For a free
Fairness, not very menacing.
for a free action, make an intimidation check
Great.
with disadvantage.
That's fair enough.
Because it's not an intimidating
Uh,
face.
Intimidation?
Yes.
16.
16.
Oh, shit.
At disadvantage.
With disadvantage. Wow. So you pull this guy towards you, and he's
It's like Jigglypuff, basically.
It's like Jigglypuff with thorns coming out of your arms, like, to be fair.
so this 5 foot nothing ball of fey cuteness, with thorns coming out of her arms is just like he's in pain as the thorns wrapped around his body, and he just looks around and goes, "What the good, Davis!" And he's just a look of utter terror on his face somehow.
That is terrifying.
Five more of those, please, Sarah. All different. We'll work on it. So,
Next week we'll do 10.
so at this point, Damerus, you're up.
Wonderful. So, somewhat injured, some would say bloodied. I immediately draw Dana and Gregorian. I'm going to strike out the person in front of me.
Yep. The guy with the thorn whipper.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure.
Yeah.
That's easy enough. Go ahead.
Strike out at him.
You because yes, it probably is,
It's not going to hit anyway.
but because Vela is kind of thorn whipping him, and because you are close
And I'm a
and
rogue,
flanking.
so I get the old.
Yes,
Yep,
you have advantage.
Thank the gods, because I rolled a 3 and then I rolled a 14. So yeah, 19. To
19
hit.
does hit. Go ahead and take your damage with sneak attack, sir.
Cool. So that's 5. So that's 8 points of slashing damage with the short sword, and another 5 points of sneak attack damage.
Yep. So you as this guy is just screaming, Davis, help, help, and you just come up, embed your sword like almost up to the hilt, right in his side, and then he turns around and just last thing you do is cut his throat, and he falls over dead, and you're able to kind of just Vela just sort of pull the whip out from under him, and you just watch him bleeding out on the floor.
Thank you, Vela. And with my offhand attack, I'm gonna. Is there anyone else immediately nearby? There's the
Yeah,
one
no,
that's
you're all
on-
pretty close. I say you
There's
could.
the one on Esther, isn't
You
there?
could take the one on
Cool.
this,
With my offhand attack, I'm gonna make a slice at that one.
Go ahead.
Slicey.
This one will also advantage because you're flanking.
Wonderful.
Which is a
roll
rule for
3
both.
again, and then an 18. So
Yeah, 18 plus hits.
yeah, 18 plus 5. Yeah,
Shocking.
Yeah.
What?
Oh god, I rolled a different dice.
Oh.
It's gone.
So-
We don't know where, but it's gone for us.
It's another 8.
Another 8 points of damage.
Oh no, sorry, no, I don't get to add my modifier, so just 5 points.
Good.
Because it's just an offhand.
Yeah.
5
So-
points of slashing.
As this guy raises his sword ready to, he's just sort of coming on the off swing, and then you kind of knock his sword out of the way. He takes a sword right into the side. He's not looking good. So we are now back to the. Actually, no, we're not back to the top of the round because it is now finally Dallin's turn, who also rolled terribly on initiative.
Dallin, I don't think we can trust these people.
Oh, okay.
Really? And that would make sense. No, and he comes up to sword drawn to finish up the one on Ester, and he rolls a 17. That will hit. So
Damn, bandit, you dead.
Get him.
not necessarily, but yes. He comes up and just drops his pencil. He comes up and he's just surrounded now, threatened on all sides, and then he just, like, no qualms about it, just comes up, stabs him in the back. This bandit is very dead. How many are there?
Maybe 3 to go.
And he sort of, at this point, seems to notice the other dead bodies on the floor. Right, okay. That's all you get. At the top of the round, we are back, and it's Herb.
Murder, Granddad.
So
How
all
many
the,
of these they're all gone.
so all the ones in your immediate vicinity are dead.
Some in the woods.
You're now able to notice, since they've started shooting, one off towards the left side of the woods, probably about 45 feet away from where you currently are, and you also heard your grandson shout, "There's 2 behind the truck!"
I run behind the truck.
That's easy enough to do.
I don't believe I used the word truck because I don't know what a truck is. I believe I said cart. Of course, I've lost a lot of blood, so I may be wrong.
Technically correct.
Again, Andy. Drake Herb hears things differently.
That's
So you run behind the guts and you see these 2 big burly chaps with. Guys, you were ruining my story. So you run behind
The
the
guns are
guts.
dead. They can't judge us now.
That's all they ever wanted.
I presume you're going to jump down and attack.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and make
Am I jumping
yeah.
off the car?
Sorry?
Am I jumping off the cart?
You're sort of
Flavour.
you're sort of jumping off the hill just above the
Oh,
cart,
great. Just sort of swinging my staff.
swinging your
above
staff
my
down.
head.
Yeah.
really
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
19.
19 hits.
That is
Not like when I
19.
hit.
It's 55.
10 damage.
14 sheen. So
Short D.
It's like 19.
2.5.
So, you again, with particularly for you, Vela, having not seen this before, with surprising quickness, Herb jogs up the side of this little mini hill, jumps off the top, and then the last thing you sense is just a loud cracking noise and a great shout of pain coming from behind the cart as this staff whacks straight down into the center of this guy's forehead. Oh, and he reels back and puts his crossbow away, draws a large mace in response, and is just growling. He's growling down at you in anger, but he's also like, what?
I'd like to spend a key point to use another flurry of blows, please.
You may do so. Go make your attacks.
Goodbye, Key.
Yeah, that's all of it gone now. 20 unnatural.
20 hits.
Damn, son.
Then roll damage first.
Damerus.
Yeah.
8 damage.
8 damage, okay.
Well, bam.
As I do it, I'd like to go, move your cart!
Okay, you also get another attack.
Yes.
With flurry of blows.
That is another 20.
Yes, that also hits.
I'm on fire!
Yeah.
7 damage.
7 damage.
Damn.
Oh, what the? Oh, and he just he takes 2 punches directly to the solar plexus, which is just about as high as you can reach on him. He's still up, but he's staggered backwards and he's breathing heavily.
Only you.
Move it. Anything else, Herb?
No, thank you.
Cool. It is now their turn, and funnily enough, they're going to retaliate.
What?
So they
Kick the shit out of you.
so
You found the only band that's willing to beat the shit out of an old man.
And I think that at the end of
These are
every
the old
one
man
of
bandits.
them, a picture of innocence.
Herb, what is your AC?
17.
17. So these two, this first guy that you've winded sort of takes out his mace, and he goes to swing down on top of you twice with his mace, but no, you just dodge out of the way both times, and he's like what the fuck, and he's just really confused by the fact that this old man is moving so quickly. The other one,
These guys do not like being interrupted.
no, they don't. Apparently not. You bastard. But that is, however, a 19 versus AC.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
Yeah. So the other one and the
I
end.
say, where are the 21s?
The first swing hits. Well, you see, Andy, when you're surprised, they get advantage.
Still.
Almost as if it's specifically designed to provide someone with some sort of advantage that they're more likely to roll a higher number.
Okay, go back. What does advantage mean?
You're meant to know the rules. So Herb, you dodge out of the way of the third attack. The fourth one, however, does just clip you on the chin ever so slightly. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you dodge just half a second too late.
He has more hit points than I do.
Bet he has more than I do as well.
Me?
Yeah,
Do I?
because your con mod is so stupidly high.
So, yeah. So you see, I keep forgetting his name. Watch hand. Dallin. Because for some reason it looks like an N. Anyway, Dallin. As he comes up, the rest of you are sort of hidden a little bit by the hill, but he's ever so slightly in sight. And he's hounded. Oh, and he takes an arrow to the side.
Is this a new archer?
No, it's the same archer apparently from the other end.
That shot me before, and it's just decided, nah, I won't shoot you anymore.
Well, he can't see you anymore.
That's fair enough.
So indeed, on purpose, no less. But he takes an arrow in the side. And he ducks behind one of the nearest empty carts. The horses of the various carts are now sort of getting a bit spooked. Esther, you're up next. Drake, you're on deck.
I'm now.
Yes.
I'm now. How's Dallin looking?
Dallin is he's taken a couple of hits.
Right.
He's still up, but he's breathing pretty heavily. But I'd say
He doesn't look in danger.
he's bad, but like possibly blowing. Like the arrow is sticking a good length into his shoulder. But make a medicine check for me.
Very well.
Damerus, what's your HP?
6.
Good to know.
19.
19. Damerus looks worse.
Damerus looks worse.
Yes.
I'm fine.
Dan, are you okay? You're like,
honestly, I'm fine.
Tasty
blood.
I'm sure I didn't
Blood
need this
into-
excess blood.
And
Blood? That's meant to go in the body.
I'm sure I'll be quicker without all of this blood. It's
Holding
just holding me back.
weighing you down. How many are there left that I can see or I'm aware of?
You can't see it.
I can't see any.
You've just been. You can't see any because you're kind of like behind the hill and next to the cart.
Okay.
But you can hear what sounds like fighting from behind the cart, and you're aware that somewhere off in those wooded direction there seems to be another archer.
Can I? Because I know there's meant to be an archer there. Can I try and see him?
Oh no! If you move out from behind cover, you can definitely see him now.
Oh yeah, totally. Then I would like to do that, and I would like to aim my light crossbow at him, please.
Okay. What is the short range of a light crossbow? Just double check.
I believe it's 80.
80, yeah, that's fine. You're well within range. He is sort of hiding behind a tree, so he will have some extra cover. So that will make the shot harder. Just
Okay, so that just increases the AC, right? That doesn't give me disadvantage.
from a mechanical standpoint. Yes.
Oh no. 10.
10. No, this you've been trying to learn from Mr. Robin Hood here, but crossbows are very different. Crossbows are very different to bows, and you're sort of aiming. You take aim, and it just embeds itself in the tree.
Oh.
Anything else?
I would like to wander around looking uncomfortable for 5.5 seconds.
Very well. Are
Use your
you?
movement to walk in circles.
Oh no.
Very well.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Or as I call it, Friday night.
Actually, I would like for the rest of my turn, I'd like to go around the other side of the cart so I can see what's happening and like to peek around.
Okay, so you sort of go up slightly uphill, and you're now looking down on these two large mace-wielding thugs trying to attack her, and looking a bit frustrated about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A beautiful story. Drake, you are up. Vela, you will be on deck.
I'd like to run my full 25 feet to cancel as much of the cover as I can for this last guy in the woods.
Okay. You're running towards the woods.
Yeah,
Right.
basically, I imagine if I run at an angle, it gets rid of more of the cover than I run straight at him. So I'm trying to run.
I mean, it's pretty, but like the only sort of cover that exists is kind of the hill, sort of, if that's, well, from your perspective, hill, cart, cart, woods over here, and it's kind of open.
Yeah. I'm not looking for cover for him. I'm trying to cancel his cover. I'm trying to give myself.
Oh, I
flag.
see. Right. Yes. Sorry.
I'm not bothered about me.
Sure. Good to know. You can attempt so. It's still pretty tricky for
Yeah,
you.
he'd still have some cover, as
Yeah.
opposed to as I say.
Go ahead and make your rolls.
How does a 22 treat you?
Yeah. Well, it treats me fine. Him less so.
11 damage.
7 damage. So as he sort of like he flinches, ducks behind as you see Ester raise her crossbow and the bolt embeds itself in the tree, and you're just like, stand back.
I got it.
You draw a bow, and like he's just getting ready to take a shot at Ester, but he doesn't see you, and right in the eye.
Oof.
Falls over dead.
Got him.
Drake, anything else?
I don't have a bonus, and I've used my full movement to try and do that, so that's fine.
Very well. Vela, you're up. Damerus, you're on deck.
Is there anyone? So there's someone still fighting you.
He's-
So-
Fighting you
the only
outside of the
one-
cart.
Just the
yeah,
one
there's a
big
couple
burly
of
dude.
The only thing you can hear is you see Ester sort of run up the side looking down behind the cart, and you saw her jump off from behind the cart, and you can hear sounds of grunting and fighting behind the cart.
Okay.
I can't
They're
make it
two
sound not
different
sexual.
things. The grunting was one thing,
God
and the
damn
fighting
you,
is something else.
God damn you, Alex.
Yeah, god damn you, Alex.
God damn.
Connor, don't draw attention to yourself. Why would you do that? Why would you risk my ire? But yes, there are two dudes and loud banging noises behind the car. If you can't beat them, join them, ladies and gentlemen.
He tried beating
Now there's
you.
3 people banging behind the car.
Vela, what are you doing?
I am gonna run over to.
Engage in the fantasy, please.
I'm gonna run over
Is that
to
why he's dressed up?
Damerus. I am running over to Damerus, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
Your wounds.
I'm gonna be like, don't give up on us. You'll be okay. Look, I can do this thing where I give maybe not as much as I want to. That's 6 hit points for you.
Oh,
Full health.
honestly, I feel fucking great. I am back to max.
Oh, you are going to love Uncanny Dodge when it eventually comes along.
Keep me alive.
You're alive. I know.
Just for flavour, I want to have been like holding like onto your jacket, just be like, don't die!
I didn't expect to die. Just thank you.
You okay?
Yes, I'm much better. Thank you.
Okay.
And after that thrilling experience, Damerus, unless you want to do anything else, Bella?
Good.
Very well, then it is your
I'm
turn.
gonna pick Thorn
Grand.
Whip. You
So-
said that, and I cast Thorn Whip on
I can hear sounds of combat on the other side of the cart. Can I see over the cart?
I
I am nearly 6 feet tall.
As the tallest member of the party.
Yes, as the giant of the group.
at 5'11".
Can I see over the cart?
Just, but like you're probably the car is
Yeah.
probably there on you,
Okay.
so you can see over it, and you
Cool.
can see.
So I- so I- I'm-
the two dudes doing something.
Yeah, cool. I will attempt to
Shut
go.
up.
I will attempt to go round the opposite side of the cart, coming up hopefully on the rear of these gentlemen.
Someone's already done that.
That is possible.
Thank you. Yes.
Please go ahead and make your attack roll.
Well, I will with yes, with Dana and Grigori again. I will make my attacks. That is a 15 to hit the first gent.
15 hits.
Damerus named his swords.
Yes.
Amazing.
That is
That's
a
not always
5
there.
points of damage.
Do you wish to use sneak attack? Because Herb is within 5 feet of him.
Ooh, is the one that I'm attacking? Has the one
I'm going to assume this is the guy that hasn't yet been hit.
hasn't yet been hit? Then yes, I will pull my sneak attack on that. Oh, that's only a 2 for the sneak attack.
Teach him.
Yeah.
Seven
7
points
more.
of damage. Okay, and your offhand?
And with my offhand attack,
Sneak move.
that's a 9.
9. Unfortunately, this one he now turns to face this individual who's come up from the other side,
Yeah.
and he turns to face. He sort of just manages to get his mace up to enough to sort of pseudo parry it aside, but he does take 1 hit. Anything else?
That is me.
Okay.
I can use both my actions.
Dallin's going to also at this point he's going to run around the side, which he can just about do with his movement. You see, in fact, Esther and Vela, you see here. In fact, Vela, no, you see him sort of take a deep breath, getting a secondary burst of energy of the air-based.
I feel wooed.
Yeah, and then he sword drawn runs around the other side and is going to join in the attack on the one that
Whatever
Damerus
gets you
is
going.
on. And that's a
-3. What?
3. And that's a 15. That does hit.
Good.
So that dude takes 6 points of
Take it all.
of slashing damage as these two guys are now being. They are now.
6 points of
These
take
two
it all.
thugs are now the ones that find themselves backed up into a corner against the other side
You
of the cart.
suck.
Indeed. So Herb, you're up.
Yay!
The
Back to the
psychopathic killer.
Back to the top of the round.
And pension.
Time. How many are there? Just the one?
There's still 2 of them left, but they're both looking pretty bruised and bloody now that they're starting to get outnumbered.
Quarter staff time. That's an 11. 17.
17 hits.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
7 plus 4. 11.
11. So with that blow, you as he goes in like now, sort of just recklessly like trying to kill this fucking old halfling that just seems to be doing so much. He raises his maced hand and goes to swing down at you, and you just you flip the staff up and poof, you sort of take the end of it, whack it straight into his chest, and you hear a loud cracking sound. And he just falls forward, dropping his mace, and you just about manage to dodge out of the way of him as you shatter his ribs.
Amazing.
Anything else?
Is there a dude nearby?
There's one dude left, yeah. Surrounded
just
by...
use my one unarmed attack
Yep, go ahead.
Punch it.
because of mugs.
Because mugs.
14.
14 does hit. These guys are not very dexterous, they're just meat sacks.
I'd like to punch him, this meat sack, for 7.
7 points of damage, okay. You take him, sort of whack him in the back of the knee. Oh, and he wobbles on his feet, losing his balance. He's still up, but he's pretty shaky.
Move your cart!
He's going to, in retaliation, he's going to turn around and swing at you.
That is understandable.
That's a 15,
Miss.
but that's also a natural 20.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's going to hit you.
So,
This time.
you take a grand total of 7 points of bludgeoning damage, as this mace just comes down directly on your head, and you're like, oh god, that's what that feels like.
It hurts.
It does.
Pain feels like.
I remembered it.
Esther, you're up, and Drake, you're on deck.
I've just forgot all of your names.
So there's.
Again.
Is
One-
it just this one dude
One
left?
dude left, surrounded on all sides.
Can I walk over to him? How is he looking now?
Fine.
He's
Damn good.
he's not looking good. He's sort of, you can see he's wobbling. He's bleeding from a few cuts. He's not looking good.
Esther would like to load her crossbow, hold it up, and walk really quite close to him and say, I think you'd better stop fighting now.
Make an intimidation check.
I tell you, if this doesn't work, you know what I'm going to say, right? I got it.
12?
12.
But the rest of
No.
us there looking scary.
And the corpse of his friend.
All of us going.
Yeah, but he's not exactly thinking clearly at this point. He just sort of turns to you and and he's also overestimating his own abilities. But he just turns to you and goes, "Fuck you."
We did just kill
That's
him.
not very nice.
I'd like to run to the top of the hill so I can see him and
Yeah.
shoot at him. I got it!
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
14?
14 hits.
14.
14, 9 damage.
There's plus
So for the first time in the campaign, Mr. Andy Murray, take your victory.
Cool, so I'll just run up, as I say, I just yell, I got it! Do a little jump, shoot, straight in the chest, and fall.
So,
you guys will have a scream.
one day I will learn to replicate that exactly. Anyway, the arrow embeds itself straight in his chest as he's just sort of lets out his last defiant words. Not particularly inspiring, but he just arrow straight in the chest and he falls back against the eponymous cart and falls over dead.
Damerus
You're welcome.
Damerus wheels around in his direction and says,
the car.
let's make sure that we take one of them! Oh, no, never mind.
I tried.
No, I respect that. So thank you. Just takes out a rag and starts cleaning his blades.
I'm going to start
Making
shooting
sure
my
they are-
arrows. Do you want me to roll for them?
Yes, please do. So, fun little rule that's invented as a result of our gaming group is that you can roll to retrieve arrows, and if it's evens, it succeeded, you just roll d6. Evens, you successfully get the arrow back. Odds, you fail.
Sweet. I got all them back.
Yeah. I mean,
I know
yes.
we're not finishing yet, and I know we said we weren't going to stop, but if we don't, I'm going to piss myself. So.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
And that's on camera.
And that's on camera, and you can keep that in the episode, but, you know.
We're going to keep all of
Mind
it.
the
Good
camera on your
God.
way.
Don't
Oh
break
my
anything.
Lord.
No! Connor, no!
You're fine,
I
Connor.
didn't touch anything.
You're fine.
Go. Right, so we killed Damerus. I think it's the only move.
That's fair. And it's also rather unfortunate because that is where we will end.
That seems appropriate.
Next time on MaudeWorld.
We've been through this before, Steve. You tried it once, it didn't work. Just wait. No, I can get it. I swear I get. You want to get that? You want to get slapped your week? Do you remember what happened to Bert? Oh, Bert's an idiot. You're an idiot, you idiot.